Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much. Bienvenidos at the new Desert Sky Transit Center right here in Maryvale. Today is not just a special day for Maryvale, but it's also a special day throughout the country and the world. Today is the Volunteer Day for Economic and Social Development. And what a great day to celebrate a new transit center right here in Maryvale, Arizona. We'd like to also recognize our city manager, Ed Zerker, that's here. And all the individuals that made this possible. When I first got into office 8 years ago, individuals were talking about closing down Desert Sky Mall. And then we were able to bring in community partners like yourselves that are here today. We brought in different concepts. We listened to the community, and now we have one of the most vibrant malls in the state right here in Maryvale. We've created a whole community atmosphere, and I really want to thank the individuals from Desert Sky Mall for being a part of the community, for listening to the community, and developing this mall that really talks about what Maryvale is all about. If you walk in through the Desert Sky Mall, you'll see the culture, you'll see the roots of Maryvale right here at the mall. And now we as the city of Phoenix are being a part of that change in Maryvale by providing this transit center, a beautiful transit center right here in the parking lot, right on the outskirts of this great mall of ours. Before, individuals would have to go into the parking lot right in front of the mall where people were parking cars, and it wasn't really too safe for individuals, and this became a hub for all the buses for Maryvale and this whole area. So now we have our own transit center. Now we have an environment where it's safe, where people can gather, and this will be more of a community gathering place than just a transit center. With that, I just really want to thank all the individuals that were involved with this. The architectural team that was involved, the artist, Mary Lucky, that couldn't be with us today, but for her great design. If you look around, it's beautiful. It's just not just a bus center, but it's a piece of art.
What a beautiful place, right? I almost called it an art center. And that's even a plus. You know, I really believe that we should have an influence of public art in everything that we do. We certainly should have the influence of one's health and safety in literally every policy decision that we make and everything that we do. And this is a pretty safe place to be, to wait for your transportation. I have to tell you that I'm from this community. I raised my adult children in this community. I still live in the Maryvale Village. And that said, I want to take a moment to just thank a couple of others who should be acknowledged because your fingerprints are on this as well. Evelyn Shapiro, who's with the Maryvale Village Planning Committee and also a school board member. We have Jean Deary, who is here with the Maryvale Village Planning Committee, and chairing the Maryvale Village Planning Committee is Dwight Amory. All three live in the Maryvale Village, and congratulations. I know that this is an important day for all of us. I've used this transit center, and I use that term loosely, of what it was just about a half block away, right in front of the mall there. A couple of benches, no amenities, no water fountain, no restroom. And let me add that that transit center led the way in terms of ridership in the valley. Everyone paying their fair share. And after decades, finally, a transit center that is fitting for Maryvale. A transit center that is the long-time payoff and award for those riders who have supported public transportation and who have been loyal to public transportation. Congratulations, this day belongs to all of you. Now, I look around this audience and I make it a point to remind people that I am an unapologetic advocate for this district, for West Phoenix, of course, for the entire city of Phoenix. but you know there's a district system in place for a reason, and technically this is District 7. Congratulations and thank you for all the hard work, Councilman Nowakowski. The unapologetic advocate for West Phoenix, and I'm looking around, there's so many unapologetic advocates for this side of town, and you know, there are going to be a lot of people who are going to be using this transit center who may or may not know our names or the work that has been done, but that's never been the point, that's never been the case for any one of us in the first place. So what a great day for Phoenix, in particular West Phoenix, and I'll drill it down to Maryvale. Congratulations and God bless you.
You know, Maryvale is represented by 3 council members. We have Council Member Laura Pastor, Danny Valenzuela, and myself. And we fight on a daily basis to make sure that we get our fair share out here in the Maryvale area. And today is a fine example of getting our fair share for Maryvale, this beautiful transit center. I was raised here. I'm 52 years old, and I remember coming out here to the Maryvale area. There was nothing out here. Just 10 years ago, there wasn't even a school. It was just fields out here. And my wife volunteered to be a part of the Transit 2000 on that committee. And let me tell you, she would come home sometimes even crying because she's seen such an important need for light rail, such an important need for transit, for a bus system for the city of Phoenix. We would hear stories, and she would go to meetings and hear stories of individuals that only had one vehicle, a pickup truck, that their dad would have to go to construction at 4 in the morning, and their mothers would have to work until 1 o'clock in the morning, and they didn't have a bus system. They didn't have transportation. The father would have to wake up at 12 o'clock, pick up their wife at 1 o'clock in the morning, and then get back up again at 4 in the morning just to make sure that they made ends meet. And those were the types of stories that we heard over and over and over again. And I just really want to thank those individuals that continue to fight for transportation, public transportation. Those individuals that worked so hard on this Prop 104 to make sure that every area in Phoenix will one day have a light rail system. And very soon, I pray to God that one day we will have a light rail system that doesn't only go to our park and ride on 79th Avenue and the I-10, but also comes all the way up to this new transit center, that individuals from across the valley, from Tempe and Mesa, can come and take advantage of this great mall with a Latino twist to it, that individuals could come out here to the Maryvale area and come to a concert right here at the Auction Pavilion. When I was growing up, it was Cricket Pavilion, and it's changed over time, the name. But that's what it's all about. That's the Team Phoenix approach, folks. It's coming together, thinking about others, thinking about the future. And this transit center is the future of Maryvale, is the future for Phoenix. So I just really want to thank you all that have participated in this, and all those individuals that take Route 83, Route 75, and the expressway down the I-10 to get to work in downtown Phoenix. Many of our city employees that actually live within a mile or so from here. A lot of our state employees that work in our state capitol, that work down Washington and Jefferson, live in this area. We have a workforce right here in Maryvale, and they deserve a great transit center like this. So I just really want to thank everyone and all the different partnerships that we had to make this possible. So God bless you all, and thank you so much for making this all possible. And one of those individuals that really helped, and one of the departments is the Phoenix Arts Commission, that really has made this into a jewel of Maryvale. Not just having a center, but having what Councilmember Valenzuela talked about is a piece of art right here in Maryvale. And with that, I'd like to introduce to you our chair, Janet Traylor, to make some remarks about this beautiful piece of art that we have in Maryvale.
Hello, I'm Janet Traylor. Thank you so much, Councilman Nowakowski. And I might also add that 2 of the other arts commissioners are here and arrived at the old transit center just down the street. Donna Reiner and Abraham James came all the way from Central Phoenix this morning and came on the bus. So it's so true what you say about this being important to the community. I do a lot of work for the community colleges, Glendale Community Colleges, Estrella Mountain, and not only do workforce people often rely on the public transit, but so many of our future workforce with the community college students. So I see every day how much this matters to everybody and how much pride it gives us all to have such a beautiful facility. So on behalf of the Phoenix Arts and Culture Commission, I want to thank you all for joining us at this dedication. It's a great example of what beautiful art, architecture, and landscape design can do for our city, how much pride it can give us all. Thanks to strong community support like the Shapiros and others who are here this morning, the public art program for the city of Phoenix has made a difference in our community for, as of next year, 30 years. That's a long time to have been contributing to the fabric of our community. So thank you, Council members Nowakowski and Valenzuela. These projects would absolutely not be the success they are without your really ardent support. We must also thank Phoenix artist Mary Lucking, who snuck in at the last minute. No one knew she was going to arrive. She didn't expect to be here. We thank her especially because she and her husband are coming back from an overseas trip. So thank you, Mary, for being here. Do you want to raise your hand and say hi to everybody? A fifth-generation Arizonan, Mary has created many award-winning transit designs or designs for shade structures and art at some of the city's public park and ride facilities. She's also created an extraordinary interactive sculpture at the downtown Arizona Science Center. And thanks to open door policies that we have in the city of Phoenix and also to open door policies for other cities' public art programs, Mary's reputation has grown way beyond the city of Phoenix. Because of these opportunities in other cities, she's been able to build a national career. She's created works in cities all across the country, in states such as Colorado, Texas, and Tennessee. So she goes out into other parts of the country, showing what a great example of public art we have living right here in Arizona. The cutout metal panels you see in the building and the nearby bus shelter and fencing give waiting bus riders a chance for their eyes to travel too while they're waiting. The patterns were inspired by designs of many cultures, yet they're sleek and contemporary, which fits with the modern design of this transit center. None of this beautiful work could have been done without the help of a much larger team. So special thanks to landscape architects Kimley Horn, architects, architectural resource team, and Hayden Building Corporation, among many, many others. Their talents remind us of the many hands and the diverse types of jobs that are involved in building the city's public arts and architecture. Thanks everybody for being here today with us.
Thank you so much, Ms. Taylor, for everything you did. We talk about that Team Phoenix approach, and every team needs to have a coach or a person that drives you, that makes sure that everybody's talking and working together. And that person to us is our Public Transit Director, Maria Hyatt. So come on up, Maria, and thank you for everything you've done. Thank you for the leadership of bringing this great team together to making this great project possible.
Thank you, Councilman. Well, I'm honored to be here because of this incredible facility that we have here today. We couldn't have done it without the community support, and that's through Proposition 104. Public transit is going to continue to be part of building our future for the city of Phoenix, as well as for our neighboring cities. We partnered very closely with both the mall as well as all of the schools and the community to be able to develop this incredible center that helps continue to provide an important amenity for our community. So as you can see as you walk around, it looks fairly small, but we actually purchased 4.2 acres, which allows us to build more in the future as our demand continues. The councilman brought up the potential for light rail extending over here, and in our Proposition 104, which we call Transportation 2050, you will see in the future a bus rapid transit line It's a new thing, so we'll be working with you very closely on what that looks like for our community on Thomas Road. This facility, it was very important to us to make sure that we included smart design. So there's LED lights here. There's xeriscaping so that we're not spending too much money and too much water because we do live in a desert. We funded this center using both federal funds as well as Proposition 400, which is the regional tax that everyone pays. So it's bringing your tax dollars back to your community, which we felt is really important. This area is highly visible. One of the things we wanted to make sure that we had was security here on site. So as you'll be taking the bus during the day and night, you'll be seeing security also on site as a presence here to make sure that this is a safe place for our community. We couldn't do this without staff. And as Councilman Nowakowski, as well as Vice Mayor Valenzuela mentioned, this is a team effort. We have a lot of city staff here today, both future or past. We had Mark Melnichenko. Mark is still here. He actually started this project before he left us to go to Street Transportation Department. We have Herb Munoz, which has been our project manager. He works in public transit, and he's done an incredible job of making sure that this facility met all of your community needs. We're honored to be here. We're honored to serve you, and thank you very much for being here.
At this time, we'd like those individuals to please come on up that spoke and were recognized so they can help us with the ribbon cutting.